Good morning from the Swan Royal Hotel in Castle Street of Clitheroe, a small traditional English town in the heart of the Ribble Valley here in northern England. Today I'm going to be exploring the town itself, including taking a look along the traditional high street and then heading up towards the old castle on a hill. But before I do that, I just wanted to give you a sense of where I'm staying, give you a quick room tour, so to speak. And so this is the Swan Royal Hotel. There we go. I've just got all my bags and rucksack there. Coffee station. I've just made myself a cup of coffee. I'll tell you how much the room costs in just a second. Some traditional, what looks like Victorian furniture. And in here is a private bathroom. We've got a bath, we've also got a shower, you can see up there as well. Pretty good. There is no on-site parking, but there is a breakfast included. And the cost of all of that, I booked it on hotels.com, and the cost was £43 a night, which I thought was excellent. Right, I am going to get out of here and head down into the streets of Clitheroe and do some exploring of this quaint little town. So behind me is St Mary's Magdalene Church. It's been around since the times of the Normans, but it was substantially rebuilt in the 1800s in order to make it larger. It's got a really interesting graveyard with lots of old gravestones surrounded by cottages and stone houses, and the views across town from the bottom of the churchyard are incredible, looking out at Clitheroe and the hills behind. Clitheroe, by the way, has a population of around 16,000 people, so it is quite a sizable town. This is Clitheroe Market, or a little sign that is up telling you about it. I'm currently just underneath this little building here. You can see all the cabins and pitches and stalls. And the general market days, it says here, Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays. Unfortunately, today is a Sunday, so the market is closed, but it does tell you a little bit about some other notable buildings in the town, some of which we will see a little bit later in the video. And this is a Clitheroe Market charter. This charter of King James I, dated 1604, ratifies the charter of King Edward III of 1346. My word, that goes back a long way. And then just over here are some early photographs of the marketplace. So quite a historical place to be. This is the market. As I said, very sadly, it is closed today. There's some cabins. Above each cabin is the name of the shop or the tender or what it is they sell. That's the building I was just underneath. Nice little place. And in the middle here are the stalls. You can see, by the way, the castle up there on the hill. We'll be heading to that in a little bit. And it is a shame that the market isn't open. I've got a feeling it would be really good to see it. Social distancing there. Social distancing in place. Maintain a 2-meter distance at all time. Today, there's not going to be a problem. A little stand, waiting for action, no doubt. And as I pass through, there is even more cabins. There we go. Before I head up to Castle Street, which is ahead of me, I want to just pop by the train station and take a look at that. I'm standing close to the tracks now of Clitheroe Railway Station. Behind me is the actual station building, built in 1850 and it was the mid-1800s where the station was built, the line was put in, and that was really the railway revolution in Great Britain. There were lots and lots of railways being built all over the country because it became a really popular and efficient way of moving freight around from town to town and city to city. Here in Clitheroe, they did have issues before the railway was put in because the nearest canal was the Leeds to Liverpool canal, quite a few miles away, and it wasn't always practical to get stock here quickly using that canal. So the railway revolutionised the way that freight was moved around and into Clitheroe. If you forward wind just over 100 years into the future though, the invention of the internal combustion engine made cars and motorways a lot more popular in terms of moving freight around. And in the 1960s, the railway station here closed. However, in the 1990s, it was reopened and now serves mostly passenger trains going to lots of different towns and cities in the area. It's also a great way of bringing tourists into the town. On the right side here, the Clitheroe Community Notice Board. All the latest information for the residents. Good old-fashioned English phone box there. It is now a defibrillator station. And then that impressive building straight ahead is the Clitheroe Library, built in 1905. It is now the Town Hall and Mayor's Office. So I am going to take a walk along Castle Street, and I'll point out one impressive place as I go up. The bells of either the church behind the Town Hall or the Town Hall itself. I'm on Castle Street now. Called that because at the end of Castle Street you can see where I'm heading, the castle on the hill just on the right side. And this is the hotel that I'm staying at, the Swan Royal Hotel. It is famous because in this hotel Sir Frank Whittle, the inventor of the jet engine, once stayed, Sir Winston Churchill and Gandhi. And if that wasn't impressive enough, behind me is Castle Street, which is where I've just come from. Behind me here now is the gates to the old castle. So I'm going to head through and head up. You can see there it is on top of the hill. I think we're going to get some great views of Clitheroe and surrounding hills and towns and villages. Let's see what we can find up here. Welcome to Clitheroe Castle. Built by the De Lacy or De Lacy family in around about the year 1100. So what is that? About 900 years ago. It is said to be the smallest Norman castle in the country. It went through £3.5 million refurbishment a few years ago in order to make it safe for the visiting public. We are getting closer to the top. It is about 35 meters to the top. It's around about 100 feet. So it is quite a climb, but nothing too major. And not only am I at the top, but I'm actually inside the old castle. Not a great place to be. I was going to come in for some shelter, but there is no roof, which makes it not a great place for sheltering from the rain. It is just stopping though, which is all good. Let's go and have a look out here. If I've got my bearings right, then that giant hill over there in the distance is Pendle Hill. That's where I'm going to be hiking this afternoon. I'm going to be heading to the top, so check out that video if you are interested. I'm now outside of the castle on a little walkway that you can see that goes around the castle itself. The castle is behind me there, and the walkway offers some tremendous views over Clitheroe, the Ribble Valley and beyond. And I don't think there's going to be a better place to end the video than here, so that's what I'm going to do. But thank you very much for watching the video. It has been great to take a stroll around Clitheroe and see the sights. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, it really helps the channel. But I will leave you with some of these unbelievable views of the Ribble Valley and Clitheroe. Good afternoon.